our next guest hosts a TV show from time to time here on Peacock called The Rich Eisen Show. I am Ryan Lee, filling in for Rich Eisen right now. We're going to welcome him from the East Coast. He's spent the last 2 weeks covering the Olympic Games. What's up, Rich? How we doing?
Hey, gents. How are you?
Well, Rich, what's happening?
Good?
We're good, man. We're good. Thanks for the opportunity again, man. I appreciate it.
No, Ryan, please. All good, man. So what are you guys talking about?
Well, talk to me a little bit about this. I'm interested. So they got you hosting this Olympic highlight show called Tokyo Gold. This is just kind of like,
yes, sir.
Is this a chance for you to kind of, pull back into your Sports Center days? And
man, back in the day when I was doing Rose Bowl highlights of Ryan Leaf. I'm hitting the Wayback Machine. Today was just, really like old school. We came on right after a huge event, which was the women's soccer team taking on the Netherlands. And, we're in the studio getting ready for the show, and highlights are coming in of archery and other things that we're taking a look at. But we all had to pause, and we all had to watch the women in extra time, and then lining up for penalty kicks in the first knockout games of the Olympics. And it's just so intense. And then, you're seeing everything and watching it, and then 40 minutes later, you're doing a highlight with paperwork of the highlight, which is called a shot sheet, where the production staff puts together a highlight, and you write down, shot one is, this goal, shot two is that, shot three is this. And, you're getting it handed to you about 3 minutes before you're on the air, and then you're doing the highlight. It's been a long time since I've done that, but it's like riding a bike, certainly when it's a big event, and that was just a dynamite match, a big game, and it's just so great to watch big-time athletes who have been through it before just come through it. You're sitting there worried, normally about a penalty kick, but when it's Alex Morgan and it's Megan Rapinoe, it's just like, okay, they got this.
They got this.
And obviously you never know, but it was great. It was just awesome. That was the lead. Djokovic lost today, so there's no Golden Slam. He would have been the first to do that, a Grand Slam plus the gold medal in the Olympics. All he needed to do is win the gold medal here and then the U.S. Open in a couple weeks, and he got bounced. Olympic golf, the swimming, all of it. It's just been awesome. It's been dynamite.
That's great. It's been great. It's been fun to watch. You
Thanks.
certainly feel you look in your element. It's fun to branch out there and do little things. You've been with the NFL Network and doing your show here for so long. We've had some great guests on today. There was a lot of sporting news, but again, what drives the car is the NFL and Carson Wentz's injury today. It was disclosed that it's going to be more of an indefinite one. 2 rookie quarterbacks now getting the reps for Indianapolis. They were picked to be the team that was going to make a run for the Super Bowl out of the South with Ryan Ballard and Frank Reich and them getting their quarterback. What's been your takeaway from this news today?
Well, I guess we'll see, right? I mean, when it's a foot injury and it's one of those that it's indefinite, that's got the French doctor's name, Liz Frank, written all over it. But you hope it's not. And so you hope it's not something like that. That would be the major, huge, blow the whole season up type thing for them. And, you have to sit here and wonder if there are other quarterbacks that are sitting around. Like, would you, if you are Frank Reich, say, the first thing I would do would call the Chicago Bears and say, let's have a Nick Foles reunion. Wouldn't that be amazing if Foles comes in for an injured Wentz and takes the Colts all the way to the Super Bowl?
Wow.
Holy crap. That's the first thing I thought of, to be honest with you,
right.
Is that who's available? Like, who could be that Sam Bradford type guy, which would be fascinating, another Eagles quarterback that winds up somewhere else. Who could be that guy sitting around right now waiting for an opportunity because his team does not really need him or require him to be far up the depth chart, and the guy who's there is Foles. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's see what indefinite really means. But if indefinite turns into season ender, literally that's the first call you got to make is to Chicago and say, let's run it back with Frank Reich and Nick Foles and see how it goes, which is clearly not what the Colts want. And the interesting thing is this would hurt the Eagles as well if Wentz is out for a long time, because that too would not turn into a one.
Yeah,
we were all just assuming that the pick that the Colts got was a conditional one would turn into the one because Wentz would all those snaps. But like I said, we could be getting way ahead of ourselves. This could be the cart before Colt.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes.
We had an interesting conversation with Steve Weiss here just a little while ago around what quarterback has the most pressure on them, and names like Carson Wentz was out there, Tua Tagovailoa, Aaron Rodgers, and I threw one in there that I thought was very meaningful because of how big the trade was, how good the team's been under Jared Goff. But I think Matthew Stafford has an incredible amount of pressure on his shoulders to make this team a Super Bowl contender immediately. Otherwise, I don't necessarily know, with only 2 years on that contract left, if anybody has any more pressure than him going into this season.
Well, I think the pressure is on people that are, usually in the pressure machine, someone like Derek Carr. Obviously, any of the quarterbacks in Denver that, need to make the most of their opportunity. Jalen Hurts, because you're just looking at those guys in Denver and Jalen Hurts and saying, this is their one shot. If they don't do it this year, a move's going to get made for, in terms of Denver, Rodgers, or Philadelphia, Deshaun Watson. Something like that could be done sooner rather than later if matters get cleaned up and cleared up in a way that you don't, currently see right now. That's a good one. I think the Stafford situation with Cam Akers getting hurt is so big. Because, Brockman, I've been looking at you once every 2 days saying Cam Akers is the guy that I want.
Oh, yeah, I know. You really want him in fantasy. I know.
Yeah, to the point where I think I stopped talking about him because I didn't want anybody from our league to catch up.
Right.
As if those guys don't know what they're doing, which they don't. But at any rate, I'm nervous about that, about the running game, and Darrell Henderson, I guess, is not even going to see a touch in the preseason now because they got to keep him wrapped in bubble wrap. So their run game is something that, to me, was one of the reasons why I think Stafford is going to have a huge year. And that O-line hopefully will hold up. Because if the O-line doesn't hold up and the run game doesn't materialize, well, then that's going to be a sore disappointment for Stafford. That is now something I'm looking at the Rams. I'm curious to see what happens with the other quarterback situations, with rookie quarterbacks. And, will Lance actually get he'll get the opportunity. The question is, will he actually depose Jimmy G over the next couple of weeks? Will, Justin Fields show up and show out in training camp to the point where Dalton will be the backup? Will we see Matt Jones get the gig right away, or will it be camp? And obviously, now that he's in camp and under the media live tweeting spot, Zach Wilson and Brockman, I did see your tweet.
I was just reminding you to make sure you have Zach Wilson muted because I don't think you want to see what's going on right now.
Oh, come on. Really? Really?
Tim Tebow became a All-Pro today under in Chris Brockman's eyes.
Rich,
yeah.
Tell me you saw the Tebow video.
I did not. Tell me what you saw.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly.
Trevor, okay.
I just got off the Olympic set, so
they're working on some red zone. Trevor Lawrence, under immense pressure from his defensive line, rolls to his left, throws back across his body, hits Tebow in the back of the end zone for a diving touchdown. Tebow looks like a TE1 heading into this year.
You know what? Because in much of my downtime, and there's lots of downtime.
Now ask TJ.
And also in the week beforehand, like me staring out a quarantine window in a hotel for 10 straight days.
Right.
The same Boston skyline for 10 straight days, I do think about what we can do as a group when we get back together in August to start talking about the NFL. And there is, I'll give you a little preview. We're going to talk about the top 5 storylines that would be awesome if it happened in the NFL.
Yeah.
And one of them is Tim Tebow killing it at tight end.
Killing it.
Hey,
Killing it.
Rich, are you hanging out of a window right now on this call? Did the tornado actually come and you got sucked up in it?
I'm actually standing on a street corner in Connecticut right now with earbuds in, so I don't know. Does this sound bad?
You know what, Rich? It's great. It's great.
It's not great, Ryan. Don't lie to him. It's not great.
It's not great, but TJ's been a pessimist all afternoon long. So
is it bad?
No, it's not that bad. Hey,
it just sounds a little windy.
It's a little windy. Sounds a little windy. You know,
why y'all lying to this man.
What? You're a fan of
any better? Am I better?
Yes, you're much better. Much better. Are you? You're a fan of Ted Lasso, right? The show.
Yes, I have not seen season 2 yet. No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to let you know, and I don't want to spoil anything, but you're going to be incredibly disappointed with the writers around episode 1 and what the Americans referred to as the yips or the twisties. All right. Okay. All right, that's Rich Eisen, everybody. He's joining us. He's working out of Connecticut for the Olympics, hosting the highlight show, Tokyo Gold. Check it out. Have a great next week. Are you going to be in Canton?
Canton? Say it again, Ryan.
Are you going to be in Canton next week?
I am. I'm going to be there for 2 days, 2 whole days of speeches.
All right. Well, God. I will. Let's.
My God, 2 days of speeches.
Let's get together. Let's get together. I'm going to be out there Thursday through Sunday. So let's say hi.
Wow. So you're saying goodbye to me right now? The phone is that bad right now?
No, you actually sound great right now. And before you go, Rich, did you catch any of the NBA draft? What'd you make of the Russell Westbrook trade?
Oh, God. How about Russell Westbrook and Max Scherzer showing up in Los Angeles with Trey Turner on the same night?
Unbelievable.
I mean, that is unbelievable. I don't know what to make of it. Like, you know, it would be an amazing story if the UCLA's own comes back to the Lakers and creates a big 3. But why? The thing I don't understand is I love the spin. I love the spin machine. So the Wizards trade him away because they need to clear space to build around Beal. But wouldn't you build around Beal with Russell Westbrook? I mean, what's up with that?
You would think.
You know, and like if you're going to build a team, everybody needs 2 superstars, and obviously the Lakers figure like the old Ocean's 11 line, you need 1 more, let's get 1 more. Like they got 1 more. And so, you know, everybody goes, if you got 2, you want 3. And so why would the Wizards cough 1 up unless, I don't know, like what's up with Russell Westbrook that he's now bouncing around like a journeyman after 11 years at Oklahoma City? Like
3 years in a row he's been traded now.
It's his 4th team, right?
I mean, you're with me here on the Rich, and Chris and I are similar thought pattern. I don't necessarily know what this does for the Lakers either. So it kind of, I'm kind of dumbfounded by both organizations and what their willingness to get rid of one and to add a piece that may not necessarily
the Lakers, Kuzma's been a guy. Oh wow, a gust of wind just came by and knocked over 2 umbrellas and nearly gored a poor old man.
Oh my God.
Thankfully, that did not happen. I've got the weather here, and by the way, it did stop traffic in Greenwich, Connecticut. So it's traffic and weather together. On what, the 5s?
Boy, you're going back in the way. You're doing Sports Center highlights type things. You're doing weather. I love it.
Radio. I'm doing all of it. What were we talking about before I knew?
We were talking about Russell Westbrook.
Oh yeah, Russell Westbrook. But here's the deal: like you know that Kuzma's been the guy that's been kind of like the last man standing for LeBron to have on the team, and he was the guy that survived that whole purge with New Orleans. And now, you know, last year in the bubble, he was the guy that did it all. And this past year, you know, was clearly his last. But if Kuzma, Harrell, KCP for Russell Westbrook, I mean, come on, that's a no-brainer. Like of course you can do that. So go for it, see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, of course you're going to do that. I'm just wondering why the Wizards would say that we're building around our star Bradley Beal, so we're going to trade like one of the greatest triple-double players in the history of the NBA because we don't want to build around our guy with him. Like, it just seems to me that there's something up with Russ again. But he's coming back to L.A., and we'll see what happens. Who gets the rock at the end of the game? That'll be something that we'll enjoy watching all season long. And how about Scherzer coming to the Dodgers and once Trey Turner gets healthy? It is insane. How'd you like the Rizzo Gallo double dip?
I was just going to say, like, were you shocked the Yankees were big buyers like that?
By the way, Gallo Rizzo, like two great wines. I love it. It's a great vineyard, great Yankee vineyard, vintage 2021. The Gallo Rizzo vineyard. I don't know what it's going to do. They're far back. I think the division's out of reach. I think your Red Sox have it, Chris. But obviously, you get in the. All you need to do is get in the wild card, win one game, and off you go.
Right, of course.
I don't know who's going to pitch. Their pitching is obviously very suspect still. But and Gallo's another one of those guys with the one of three results: walk, strikeout, home run.
Yep.
Just add him to like four more other guys like that in the lineup. Rizzo is the fascinating one. I find that fascinating. He's just got I think Yankee fans are going to love him.
Of course. Yeah.
I feel for Cubs fans. That's all I'm saying is that they lost Rizzo, but he's still in pinstripes. Just trade him from Chicago to New York.
Well, they just traded the Cubs. Speaking of which, they just traded Kimbrel to the White Sox.
Ryan's heart is breaking as we speak.
Ryan's so sad.
Oh my God!
Wow, you look so sad right now, bro.
Well, listen to this. All right, I get the tickets every year when they come. First game out the gate, they throw the 4-pitcher no-hitter, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. They proceeded to lose 10 straight games after that. Okay, now they've traded away. I have all these great jerseys. My Rizzo jersey, at least Chris Bryant Stiller. My Schwarber jersey doesn't mean anything anymore. My Kimbrel jersey now. You just told me that. Yeah, look, everything. You spent a lot of money on that stuff.
You should just get plain jerseys, bro. That's the way to go.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan. At least you're in our show chair, so you can get it off your chest.
Yeah, that's what it's here for.
Hey, Rich, just so you know, when you watch that Trevor Lawrence Tebow clip,
you're just going to be shocked at how great it is.
Your response might be a little different than Brockman's response to it. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let you figure it out for yourself. Okay.
Again, my preview of the segment, one of the segments we'll do when I get back. Honestly, Tim Tebow, if he has a major big-time tight end season and is a factor and is somebody that you're picking up in your fantasy leagues because he's scoring. And Urban's got some magic with Tebow because even when he was pooping the bed, there was always some sort of moment where it would get weird. The clouds would form differently. And honestly, if he can bring that to the tight end position and start playing some football, that's a top 5 storyline in the NFL that would be mind-blowing.
It would be.
Dynamite.
And as Ryan pointed out, Rich, he wasn't out there with Gardner Minshew or Jake Luton, whatever that guy's name is.
No,
he was out there with Trevor Lawrence. He's with the ones.
Hey, look, if he keeps making plays like that and Lawrence keeps making plays like that, Lawrence might be named the starter. So that's good.
Maybe. I'm still holding out hope that Gardner Minshew gets it, but
I think he's on a path. I think Trevor Lawrence is on a path to be named the starter, but he's still got to earn it, guys.
He's got some traits. He's got some physical traits that are pretty good. So
what are we talking about?
What are we doing?
Rich, thanks for taking time, man, and giving us a throwback.
Safe.
Let's have a Coke in Canton. How about that?
I'll see you soon.
All right, buddy.
All right, brother.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Rich Eisen from the Rich Eisen Show. Also from Peacock TV, hosting the Olympic highlight show.
I like that he got offended that you were trying to end it early because his phone's
right?
He was not having that.
He was like, "This is my show."
No.
Meanwhile, Rich would be the first one. He
would be the first one to be like, "Get him off!" Like his phone sucks.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
That's the true.
Are you trying to get me off because of my phone? Yes, Rich.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
It was bad. I don't know 10 of the words you just said.
Yeah.
It
Rich is like, no, I have 7 more minutes of takes. Ask me questions.
I know. I host the show every day. I know that the second guest usually goes to about 11:40 Pacific time. So let's. You're cutting me off at 11:34. What's going on here? Huh?
What's happening?
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.